Chapter 213. Master Oliver only realized the huge catastrophe he had caused after hearing Alex's explanation. Therefore, he hurriedly said, "Miss Adair, I am so sorry. That was not my intention. Master, please take that stone away immediately." Alex shook his head before he replied, "It is already useless to take that stone away now. After all, the dragon encapsulation formation is already completed, and it is equivalent to throwing a stone into water. Even if you took the stone out from the water, the waves generated by the stone cannot be undone anymore." Faria looked at Alex with a dumbfounded expression on her face. She suddenly felt a little more respect for him, and she quickly asked, "Mr. Anderson, can you help me to resolve this problem caused by the dragon encapsulation formation? I will not hesitate to pay you no matter how much money I have to spend to resolve this issue." As soon as Stephen heard Alex's words, he quickly said, "Mr. Anderson, you have to help our young lady." Alex nodded before he said, "Miss Adair, the feng shui in your room was originally not a dragon encapsulation formation. However, this is your birth year, and your fate will change this year. Therefore, it is incompatible with the feng shui formation of this room." That is how the dragon encapsulation formulation started to develop. Alex then continued to say, "I am going to change the feng shui of your room, but I am afraid that this will cause some damage to your bedroom. I hope that you will not mind that." At this time, Faria replied immediately, "Mr. Anderson, I will have no opinions or objections at all even if you want to demolish my entire house." Alex nodded before he instructed the butler, "Uncle, could you please find me a crowbar?" Butler nodded immediately before saying, "I will go and get it now." Shortly after, Butler came back with a metal crowbar in his hand. "Mr. Anderson, will this be okay?" "Yes." Alex looked around the room carefully and started calculating with his fingers before walking a few steps around the room. After that, he pointed at a piece of plywood under his feet before saying, "Stephen, can you pry this wooden floor open for me?" Stephen nodded, but he did not get to work immediately. Instead, he looked at Master Oliver before punching him hard in his abdomen. As Stephen was a mobster boss, he had a lot of practical experience. Therefore, Master Oliver could not even sit up, let alone escape, after Stephen had punched him in the stomach. After punching Master Oliver, Stephen took the crowbar from Butler before prying the wooden floor open according to Alex's instructions. The wooden floor was eventually pried open, and the concrete floor below it was exposed. Stephen quickly asked Alex, "Mr. Anderson, what should I do next?" Alex replied casually, "There must be a central axis for the dragon encapsulation formation. So, I am deducing that the central axis for this feng shui formation is right below this concrete floor. The central axis of the dragon encapsulation formation is driven by water. When water flows through this central axis, that is when all the good fortune will be trapped. Therefore, if I am not mistaken, there should be a water pipeline directly below the cement." "Really?" Stephen asked in surprise. "Mr. Anderson, can you see through the concrete floor?" Alex replied indifferently, "I cannot see it with my naked eyes, but I can deduce it through the 5 elements of feng shui. For instance, when you see lights on the roof, you would be able to guess that there must be an electrical line embedded in the roof." Whatever Alex had mentioned was all written and recorded in the tragedy book. Most people did not know anything about feng shui formation, thus, they would not be able to decide where the elements of water or fire were. At this time, Alex said again, "I think that the cement floor above the water pipe should be very thin. You should be able to see the water pipes if you hit the cement floor hard with the crowbar a few times." "Okay," Stephen replied before hitting the concrete ground hard with the metal crowbar. After 7 strokes, Stephen successfully cracked the cement floor. Everyone held their breaths as they watched Stephen break through the concrete floor. Sure enough, as soon as Stephen broke the cement floor, they saw a PVC water pipe as thick as a thumb below the cement floor. This kind of PVC water pipe began from the main water source all the way to all the bathrooms in the villa. However, there was only one of this main pipe in this huge villa, and this particular water pipe couldn't be located easily in the house. Nevertheless, everyone was shocked because Alex had been able to directly point out the specific location of the water pipe.